Okay, this is genuinely something that has kind of made me angry. Like, not just a little angry. Like, every time I think about it, it legitimately makes me a little mad. So, Joaquin Phoenix might probably be one of my favorite actors working today. He legitimately has, like, the acting ability to be in that range of someone like Daniel Day-Lewis or James Stewart or, like, a bunch of actors I can't think of on top of my head right now, like that range of actors who are like the peak of like they aren't just Hollywood figures, they're legitimate actors. And I think that Joaquin Phoenix is about on that level. Like he still has some years to go before I can really put him on that scale, but I just love how like he's such a genuinely perfect actor. And I love just listening to him in interviews too because he just seems like a normal dude. Like he doesn't seem like he seems like the type of actor who enjoys everything that there is to acting and then none of the celebrity stuff afterwards. Granted, he's had his moments, but still for the most part, that's what I've been able to tell from a lot of him. However, with that being said, I will also talk about people that I really love of things that I don't support, that I don't like what they're doing. And I love Joaquin Phoenix, but I absolutely hate what he's been doing with this new movie that he was supposed to do. So, for context, Joaquin Phoenix basically came up with this idea of see, the algorithm is really weird with what words I can and cannot say. I'll say just a romance movie. You can dig deeper into what the movie is actually about. But he came up with this movie idea, and he went to Todd Haynes, who's, by the way, probably he's such a good actor working today. Recently, he did May December, which was like 5 steps away from being a modern day masterpiece. But he came up with him with this idea to do a movie, and they got the whole cast, crew, everyone ready. They were going to go down to Mexico and start filming the movie. And then he drops out 5 days before they were going to film. The reasons aren't clear about why he dropped out but from what I can tell, I guess he might have been getting cold feet about doing this, which is a rumor right now. Nothing's confirmed about why he dropped out or anything. But this makes me so frustrated because if you look into what this movie was doing, like the context before this was Joaquin Phoenix's idea. He came up with this entire movie. Then he got everyone else to do this, come on board and make the movie. There was also stories. So the movie was most likely going to be rated NC-17, which is unheard of nowadays. Usually if a movie ever gets that rating, they have to cut it down because you don't make money off of an NC-17 movie. But that's what they were going for. They kept on pushing the limits on what they could and couldn't do. Really, they were pushing the limits on what they could do. There was no couldn't involved with this movie. And they were really going for it. Like, they were really going to do something interesting with this film. But he dropped out, and from what it looks like, the movie's never going to happen. And it's not even just because it was Joaquin Phoenix's idea. I mean, a lot of this movie, hey, like, if you want to make an NC-17 rated movie, you're going to have a big star in the role. And honestly, from what it sounded like, I don't know how many more actors of like big like A-list celebrity like status would really want to do this movie. It sucks because I love Todd Haynes. I want to see all the movies that he ever does. He makes some truly amazing films, and this was sounding like it was going to be something really great, but Joaquin Phoenix just decided not to do it. He got cold feet on this idea that he was wanting to do himself, that he himself was telling Todd Haynes that he wanted to push the limits, and he just quits. I'm not even mad about the idea that Todd Haynes couldn't have gotten another movie out. I'm mad because of what it means for the crew. So, for a movie like this, no matter how small it is, I mean, you could have it be like a $2 million budget movie. There are still probably as little as 100, maybe hundreds of jobs that a movie can create. And especially like the bigger the budget, like there's so many people in the crew that rely on the film industry. That was another reason why when all the lockdown started, that a lot of people are suffering because there's more than just a director, actor, producer, screenwriter, like VFX supervisors, stuff like that. There's more people that are involved in this film industry to make themselves, have money to survive. There's so much crew that goes into building the sets, getting it all ready, the catering, the lighting, everything. So much goes into it. And when this one actor who this movie was entirely relied on to be in this film drops out, then so many people lose an opportunity to have money to be able to afford living in this world. That's who I feel bad for the most. The people that thought that they were going to have a semi-stable job for a month or two, because that's what a lot of movies, like, you really don't have, like, you just like kind of more of a freelance gig than anything else. And people thought that they were going to finally have an opportunity to make some money, provide for the family, whatever. And he just decides to drop out. However, what are the consequences going to be for him leaving this movie? Absolutely nothing. So Joaquin Phoenix has a lot of money from Joker, and he's going to have even more money from Joker 2. There's no reason to believe that this has any concern for him. His career, by any means, is going to be the exact same as it was before. He's not going to get blacklisted all of a sudden from movies. I mean, I don't even know if people will even be like more wary about hiring him because if he leaves the film. I mean, this movie wasn't just a normal kind of movie. It really sucks that the ultimate thing that's going to come out of this is maybe a lawsuit and maybe they settle in court. That's going to be it. There's not going to be any real ramifications. And it sucks because, again, I feel so bad for all the crew, each and every one of them, because, like I said, they thought they were going to have a good job for a while, and then that's it. Are people going to be starving in the streets now? Like everyone's going to be all in deep poverty because this movie wasn't made? No, but there's still a lot of people that thought they had the opportunity to work on a film and get paid and be able to have an income that just aren't now, and they're going to have to be looking for some other movie to try to get that income. And it's a bad situation, but I want to know more about what Joaquin Phoenix says about it himself, because Joker Folie Deux is going to be premiering in Venice pretty soon. And so we can hear more about maybe if he allows it, who knows what's going to happen with press about like explaining why he dropped out of the film. But as far as we know, we have no understanding of why he did it. But I mean, what do you think of this situation? I mean, do you have any of your own thoughts, concerns, comments? Just tell me everything that you think down below. And I mean, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, share the video if you want. And that's really all I have to say. I mean, I really am only mad for the crew, not necessarily. I mean, I'm mad at Joaquin for creating this idea, wanting to push it to the limits, and then just dropping out 5 days before production. I'm mad at him for that. And this ultimately, there's nothing that's going to come out of this, but it's a rant that I just wanted to have because I couldn't just sit here and just let it happen and not say anything. But I mean, that's really all I have to say about this all. So it's movie talk. See ya.